Welcome on this Saturday evening to the Pentecost Vigil. We have been praying, reflecting, fasting for 9 days. And on this evening in church services, there are a selection of texts that we may use from the Old Testament. Very often I use them all, but tonight I want us to turn to the response of Peter in Acts chapter 2, using the book of Joel. So the description is of what happened on the day of Pentecost. Luke has given that to us in the first 4 verses. And there has been a reaction of declaration that is understandable. Declaration of the works of God. What God does, his deeds, his ways. And in that response now to that which God has done, there are different reactions. There always are. Some are bewildered and thrilled with the joy that has hit the city. Others need to make excuse for not dealing with what God is doing. And they will criticize and say these people are simply drunk. But remember, it's only 9 in the morning. So there is one activity of the Holy Spirit, seen, heard, felt, touched, empowered into declaration that those who have gathered around about will hear in their own languages, which will enable them to become themselves joy-filled missionary disciples. But explanation needs to follow event. Reason is a good thing. Understanding follows, and our thinking is expanded. So Peter addresses the issue as to what is going on. He addresses the issue, but he does so in the company, we are told, of the 11. So he is speaking, yes, on behalf of God, but he's speaking on behalf of the apostolic community. And therein is a teaching. We do this together. We do this in collegiality. Yes, in fellowship with the Holy Spirit, but also, yes, in fellowship one with another. So in Acts 2, Peter will address, and he says, fellow Jews, he comes to them, he is part of them. And he listen carefully to what I have to say. Take care. That was a great gospel instinct. These people are not drunk as you suppose. No, this is actually something that has been spoken many hundreds of years before by the prophet Joel. So Peter is saying that Pentecost is fulfillment. It is fulfillment, and in verse 17, quoting from Joel, Peter says, in the last days. So what is happening is that now we've entered into definitively, once and for all, the last days. God had said, I will pour out my Spirit. And in the outpouring or the immersion or the baptism of the Holy Spirit, these last days have begun. And notice, please, how will this Spirit come? On whom will he be outpoured? And Peter says, on all people. Not a select number in that sense, not a special people, but what happens is all the barriers are coming down in the Holy Spirit. Sons, daughters, having to do with gender, all will prophesy. Yes, there may be some better at it than others, but all, young men, old men, servants, men and women, all. So what is Pentecost? Well, tonight, this is God's universal invitation. It is the beginning of the good news going from this city of Jerusalem to the ends of the earth. You are not only invited, you are commanded. You are not only commanded to come, but as you come, you will be empowered to go. Joyful witnesses, may we continue to allow this prophetic word to be fulfilled.